Welcome to 2 Minutes to Pitch, broadcast live from the Business Innovation Center in historic Fall River. Join us for stories and insights from the past, present, and future, arts, culture, and innovation. We will be featuring segments and interviews around local business activities in the greater Fall River area, here at the Business Innovation Center, as well as topical 2-minute pitches from folks like you. Everyone has a story. We want to hear it. 2 Minutes to Pitch starts right now. Welcome to 2 Minutes to Pitch. I'm Chris Nielsen, and today I have a great guest with me, and we're going to talk about mentoring and coaching. But before we do, I want to tell you about a few things that are going on here at the Business Innovation Center. Our cafe, Thirsty Joe's, is featuring an all-you-can-eat pizza night on Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. We also have open VR night. You can come and experience virtual reality. It's a great evening. We'll be experimenting with some of our, many of our 118 choices of pizza from our periodic table of pizza. Quite a fun night. Our Fall River Innovators Club, Toastmasters Club, will be meeting on the second and fourth Thursday of every month. Come by and improve your public speaking skills through a great curriculum and a great group of people that are there to help and mentor you. That's the second and fourth Thursday of every month, right upstairs of the cafe in our training center. We have a digital music recording program that is every Saturday from 10 a.m. till noon, and then we have some mentoring and production sessions throughout the day, and lab time for working on your own musical productions. Come find out more. Go to the Business Innovation Center website, and you'll see a little more information about that. But you feel free to come and participate any Saturday. We also have our gaming club on Saturdays from 1 till 5 p.m. There is, again, virtual reality sessions. Some folks are into Steam or some of the other games. We also have a chess club that is part of that. So we have board games and a whole host of activities. And it really is a wide range of ages. So we have kids from 8 years old up to some seniors that come and play chess. So it's a great afternoon here at Thirsty Joe's Cafe in the Business Innovation Center. We have a STEAM workshop. Our next STEAM workshop is January 10th. We have a variety of sessions that go on throughout the day and a lunch at the cafe. This is for primarily homeschoolers. They can come in and learn about a variety of different types of STEAM classes that we'll be having in our STEM or STEAM Academy. And that will begin on January 23rd with our full classes. Again, you can find out more information at the businessinnovation.center website. We also have a great group called the TAG Networking Group that meets the first and the third Wednesday of every month here above the cafe in our training room. And a referral group, if you're not a member of that and you have a small business, you really should think about joining one. If not ours, the TAG group, there's several others in the area. It's a great way to network and meet other businesses, like-minded professionals like yourself. And the group actually ends up being like a sales team for you and your small business. So that's a great group to get involved with, the first and the third Wednesday of every month here at the Business Innovation Center in our training center. So please join us for one of our events coming up here at the Business Innovation Center. Go to the website to learn more. We appreciate that. I'm here today with Mark Devincentis, and he has a company called Bottom Line Consulting, and he is a coach and a mentor. And I think as we get more mature in business, we find that we have a need to develop those skills as well as get more insight and input from other people to broaden our perspectives. What I would like to ask you first is, what inspired you to become a mentor and a coach? What got you excited about this as a career versus just being a good businessman or sales and marketing person?
Well, first, thank you for inviting me to have this discussion with you. I really appreciate it. I love what you do here at the BIC. And what got me inspired to do it, when I was selling for various companies, I would always find myself working with companies that had, I could see there was infrastructure problems. Other than what my service or product I was selling, there were other things they had going on that I could assist, and I would give advice. When I was in my last position, before I went self-employed, I was working for a company that I knew I was going to transition out of. I was mentoring new salespeople and working with a brand new sales manager and mentoring him. And I knew I could take those skill sets and I could take them to help other small businesses. I really like working with small and medium-sized businesses, startups. I enjoy the excitement and the vibe around it.
Great. Well, one of the things that I found interesting about business, or just being a successful human or person, is asking good questions. And I know in other conversations you've shared with me some of the questions that you typically ask when you go into a client. What are some of the most provocative questions that help lead to results?
Well, with anybody I speak with or I work with, I'll do an assessment on their business. And it's a series of anywhere from 20 to 40 questions, and they're thought-provoking. But they're very basic questions. It could be, tell me about a marketing strategy you have. Most businesses confuse strategy and tactic. So if there's one question that I ask that really makes people start thinking about how they're approaching marketing or selling for their business, I start talking about, and I'll ask them about marketing versus strategy versus tactics. And businesses tend to take a tactic and think that's a strategy, where I take tactics and work them into an overall strategy. So what I help businesses with, and what I speak to them about and get them to start thinking about, is how to strategize and plan for their business.
Excellent. What do you think is the biggest challenge with small businesses today? We have an evolving marketplace. We're competing with automations and artificial intelligence and a lot of changes and shifts. And who'd have thought that 10 years ago that we would get more results advertising on a Facebook or a LinkedIn or something, and some of the social media channels versus a local newspaper, which is, these are transitions. What are the biggest challenges for businesses today, and how can a business coach help get them through this?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is having a focus. We're totally immersed and inundated with, Facebook this, Instagram that, Twitter this. You put marketing dollars here. All these things aren't right for every business, and they're not right for every business at every step of the way. So one of the things a coach or a consultant can do is help bring focus to their business and point them in the right direction, the right tactic at the right time, and evolve from there. So business people today are trying to build their airplane while they're driving it, while they're flying it. We help them find the right parts and pieces to put together at the right time.
Interesting. When I started my development company, CMP Integrations, I latched onto a business mentor and coach. And one of the things that I found is that I got really engrossed in, all my to-do lists, my tasks and everything, and I didn't quite take enough time in the actual sharpening of the saw. And one of the things that I got the most out of it is my own personal evolution, because I think that we always hit the ceiling based on where our skills are, or our ability to delegate and manage other folks' skills. What do you think is the most important benefit of getting a coach or mentor to help you through the process?
So one thing comes to mind. It's a great example of what you were just describing. I'm working with a bookkeeper, and he has a bookkeeping company, and I've been throwing a lot of stuff at him, and to structure his business, to give him the infrastructure to go out and sell and market in a way that's going to be productive for him. And he voiced to me the other day that he hadn't been able to get through everything that we've spoken about and talked about, and and he was feeling overwhelmed. And what I said to him was, just don't worry about it. When we need that piece, you just need to look at that piece, we'll pull it, and we'll utilize it. So I think one of the things a mentor, a consultant, a coach can bring is helping when someone's got those fears or the overwhelm. As a solopreneur or a small business owner, you tend not to have anybody really to talk to. With somebody who's been there and can give you another pair of eyes and ears and can give you some sound advice, things that maybe you know, but you're not aware of because you're totally overwhelmed, that's what we bring to the table.
That's great. One of the things, we come back to questions, any sales process that's successful starts with a list of questions to identify how can we best help them with a need. So the best sales, they say, is when you're not trying to sell somebody, you're trying to help them make the right purchasing decision. And if people have somebody that's going to help you with that focus, like you said, it will narrow in and help you really present the one or two best options for that particular potential customer or prospect. I want to thank you for sharing. You actually have a book here. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your book?
Yeah, so it's a marketing book. It's 48 pages long, and it talks about how I can find any business $10,000 minimum in 45 minutes or less, and that's done through that assessment. And I give examples of other businesses that I've worked with, and how I've gone about finding them their money. And businesses tend to not see what's in front of them. There are people that they're so overwhelmed in their business. All they need is someone to come in and give them a different perspective. This book helps give a different perspective.
Well, and also people get emotionally attached to decisions. I remember the first logo I created. I created it, and I was attached to it. And it was CNP Integrations. And when people read it, they kept saying, "Yeah, I'd like to thank the folks over at CND," because it didn't quite look right. So if you get emotionally attached to things, then it's harder for you to let go of them. Really, when you need to move to in a new direction.
Agreed.
Mark, it's wonderful to have had you here today, and I think folks are going to benefit also when they see your 2-minute pitch. But as this part of the program, tell us how folks can get a hold of you. You have a website that has all kinds of wonderful resources on it. And
I have a couple. I have my main website, which is bottomlineconsultings.org. bottomlineconsulting.org, excuse me. And I have a website that's a self-learning, e-learning website, and it's Hidden Profits with the number 4u.com. Or they can reach me at mark@bottomlineconsulting.org.
Awesome. Thanks again, Mark Devincentis with Bottom Line Consulting and the 45-minute business breakthroughs that will help save you money within the first 45 minutes of talking with Mark Devincentis. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this. Welcome. The Business Innovation Center in Fall River, also known as the BIC, is a co-working space, business incubator, creative makerspace, and so much more. When you come here, be ready to exercise your mind and explore opportunities outside of your comfort zone. Become part of our movement to build economic opportunity and to help you and your family prepare for the jobs of tomorrow. Technology is changing our world at an increasing pace. Many jobs will be disappearing or requiring new skills. Our ways of living and interacting will need to adapt and transition if we're going to make the most of our potential. So stop by the Business Innovation Center and see what we're doing and how it can help you. Come to Thirsty Joe's Cafe for a hungry mind, to meet with your friends, or to be our guest at one of our clubs or business networking groups. The Business Innovation Center partners with many community organizations to help deliver rich programming. This week's 2-minute pitch comes from Dax Crocker with the Episcopal City Mission.
Hello, my name is Dax Crocker, and I am a community organizer with Episcopal City Mission. Episcopal City Mission is based in Boston. It's a faith-based social justice organization, obviously connected to the Episcopal Church. What we do is we work for economic and racial justice as a way to demonstrate God's love for the state of Massachusetts. The way we do it is we work in 4 different programs. We convene organizations and people who want to work in economic and racial justice. We mobilize people and organizations to take action. We fund them by providing actual money to organizers on the ground who are doing the work. And we also develop leaders in primarily churches, but also in grassroots organizations who want to take political action or faith action to better the lives of people where they live. Those are the 4 areas that we work on, and we invite you to join us. If you want to know more about Episcopal City Mission, you can go to episcopalcitymission.org, find out more about us. We also have a fund to pay for bail for immigrants who are in detention so that they can get out and fight their cases in court. You can donate to the fund right on the website. I want to thank you for joining us and for listening to this 2-minute pitch, and I hope that Episcopal City Mission is on your agenda this December. Thank you.
Fall River is a great place to do things and experience culture, especially the Portuguese culture that is so rich here from many years in the mill industries and so forth. One of my favorite places to go for information about activities and events, and I'll explore a few of these here, is the Creative Arts Network. And I've pulled up their website here, and I'll show you. You can go to the events area over here, the CAN events, and pick their events calendar, and you can see plenty of great things that are coming up. On January 8th, we have What is Art? That's an event at 12 p.m. sponsored by the Fall River Arts Association. We have a gaming club here on January 20th, and that's that says 7 p.m. That's I guess the time's wrong, and that's actually the 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock. But we have and I only know that because it's our event that's up there, but we'll get that corrected. There are several other, there's an opening exhibit at Bristol Community College called Emotional Structure. If you haven't been over to Bristol Community College's new gallery over there, it's absolutely beautiful. Wonderful place. You can find out more about many other events from the Creative Arts Network. They also produce great events such as the Festival of Trees and sometimes some music festivals in the summer and many other activities. So stay tuned to the Creative Arts Network. They have a great events calendar to find out more of what's going on here. We also have the Narrows, which is one of our premier musical venues in the area, and they have quite a few wonderful programs coming up here in January. We have Cheryl Wheeler on January 8th. We have N-Train on January 12th. We have Bill Frisell Trio with Tony Scheer and Kenny Wollinson That's on the 17th. Trinity, which is a tribute to Crosby, Stills, and Nash. If you like their music, come by to that one on January 18th. On the 19th, it's the English Town Project. On the 24th, the Crossing Tour. I'm going to hopefully get this right. Alejandro Escovedo with Don Antonio Band. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. That's on the 24th. On the 25th, we have Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds. I just love the name. That's a cool name. I haven't seen that particular artist, but I'm sure it's wonderful. They have great taste over there at the Narrows and their programming. Kate Wright is on January 26th. And then on the 31st is Liz Longley with special guest Matt Nakoa. So check out the Narrows Center for the Arts. They have some great entertainment and music acts and quite a few other things. They're really building a wonderful little economy or community, I should say, over there with artist spaces and so forth. So get over to the Narrows if you get a chance. It's a great place to find out more. One of the things that I have also done is I just did a search in Google for Fall River events, and I get quite a list here. There's quite a lot of stuff that's actually going on throughout the month, and you can just kind of scroll through these and then pick through and search around, and you'll find a lot of great things. Many of the events that I've mentioned so far are already there. There's a couple other websites that I like to go to. Our friend Kelsey Garcia, she has a great website that, or a Facebook page, I should say, that features a lot of different things that are going on in the area. She's starting to get a nice little following she even, look at that, she even pitched our 2-minute to pitch programs. Yeah, she's right on top of it. We love that. Anyways, thank you, Kelsey, and hopefully you'll check out her space here online as a resource for activities and events. If you're a little bit more business oriented, I should say, and you want to find out a little bit more about business activities and events, you can certainly go to the Facebook page for Fall River Development News. Now, they've been very kind to us in our launch of our cafe and so forth. They have a lot of great information about things that are going on, some of the development projects that may impact your shopping habits. For example, they promoted the new center down on the south side of town with the new shopping, and there's a movie theater and all these other various venues down there. They've been really good at catching everything from some of the fires that are going on. There was a real tragic fire this last week, and they're right there getting that information. So check out Fall River Development News. They are also really good at getting the current information that's out there. Another place, I happen to, we at the Business Innovation Center are members of the Bristol County Business Chamber, the Bristol County Chamber of Commerce, and they have a publication that they put out that talks about a lot of great information or great events as it relates to the business community. One interesting thing is they're exploring the idea of partnering with the South Coast Chamber. So if we have some type of a merger between those two organizations, it's only going to help benefit the community, or at least that's what they're exploring right now. One of the other things, the events that we like to go to, aside from some of the openings, they have a whole list and some beautiful pictures of various openings that have happened throughout the past month, and they were gracious enough to bring their whole entourage of folks over here for the launch of our Thirsty Joes and an open house for the Business Innovation Center. One of the best events coming up, if you're a member of the Chamber, is to come Thursday, January 31st at the Comfort Zone in Somerset, Massachusetts. It's sponsored by New York Life and Comfort Zone, and they're having one of their business after hours. So you can get together and network with some folks, learn a little bit more about the Chamber and how you can benefit by being a member. So these are some of the things that have been happening and will be happening thriving in the community here of Fall River. There's also nightlife everywhere from the Cove Restaurant to Barca and Sagres and the Tonic and all kinds of other great restaurants around here. We're going to try and get out and do some interviews with them and let you get to know all these folks a little bit more. But that's our community calendar for this week, and thank you. We want to thank you for watching today on 2 Minutes to Pitch. We want to thank our guests for participating and our sponsors, C&P Integrations, the Business Innovation Center, Thirsty Joe's Cafe for sponsoring the catering for the event, and especially you for taking the time to watch. If you are interested in giving a 2-minute pitch or being on our show, you can email us at pitch@2minutestopitch.com. Sometime in the near future, we'll actually have a website built up there, and we'll have more information about the programs and the different things that are going on. But in the meantime, you can go to businessinnovation.center, find out more about what we're doing here at the Business Innovation Center, and we're going to be mentioning some things and having some blog articles on different things that are going on as well. So from BIC Media Labs in the Business Innovation Center here in historic Fall River, I want to thank you for watching and joining us here on 2 Minutes to Pitch. We'll see you next time. I'm Chris Nielsen. Thank you.